Hello, it's James Lee on what is the median voter theorem. Now, to understand what the median voter theorem is and how it actually works, let us travel back in time. It's 1964 and the Republican candidate for the US presidential election is Barry Goldwater, who has adopted a rather uncommon strategy. Running with the slogan, "A choice, not an echo," Goldwater tries to differentiate himself from the Democratic candidate Lyndon B. Johnson by adopting a more right-wing foreign policy. The consequences, however, were disastrous, with Goldwater only receiving 38% of the popular vote. Perhaps Goldwater should have paid more attention to the median voter theorem, which states that under majoritarian rules, competing candidates will move to the center of the ideological division and cater to voters at the median position when all else is equal. Now, I know you're probably thinking, what in the world are you talking about? After all, it isn't often that we use words like majoritarian or two-party. However, majoritarian simply means first past the post, or when a candidate with the most votes wins. Two-party system is when only two parties have a chance of getting elected or holding power, like we see in modern-day America. These concepts are simple enough, but to understand what the median position is, we first need to understand spatial or sincere voting. Now, while it may seem complicated, it's not. Spatial voting simply assumes that policies are unidimensional. You either have left-wing or you have right-wing policies. As voters or parties get closer to 0, they are leaning left-wing, while if they go towards 1, they are leaning right-wing. 0.5 indicates the center, otherwise known as the median position. That's important. Voters are assumed to be uniformly spread out across the spectrum. For instance, if you are hard left-winging, then you'd probably be located at 0.1 like the fellow on the left. Based upon this, median voter theorem assumes that there are only two candidates, as we see here with candidate A and candidate B running for office, and that voters will choose the party whose policies they genuinely prefer. Now, how do you know that? Well, that simply means that they'll choose the candidate closest to them on this linear spectrum. Median voter theorem makes other assumptions as well. To begin, it is assumed that the primary goal of parties is to maximize their vote and increase their political support. Thus, candidates only care about winning. On the other hand, in the case of voters, it is assumed that voters try to get or elect candidates that are as close to their ideal points as possible in order to get policies that match their preferences. For example, if I believe that the government should decrease their income tax, then I'd vote for a candidate who shared in my opinion. To explain the logic of the median voter theorem, let us first assume that everybody votes. Now, let there be two parties, Party A and Party B, which totally does not reflect real life. We see that everybody to the left of the middle of Party A and B votes for Party A. On the other hand, all the voters to the right of the middle of Party A and B votes for Party B. Now we clearly see that Party A, which is closer to the median position, wins the popular vote. Now, based on the previous results, both parties now know that they need to move closer to the middle than the other party in order to win. The result is that both parties now position themselves at 0.5 or the median. Thus, both parties end up at an equilibrium, where they propose the same policies. Neither party wants to deviate from this position because doing so would result in their loss, as was the case for Goldwater in the 1964 presidential election. To summarize, median voter theorem explains why parties often take similar policy positions in two-party majoritarian systems and the strong incentives parties have for appealing towards voters in the moderate or median position who neither sway left-wing or right-wing. Now, thank you for watching this picture-animated explanation of what is the median voter theory. The next episode, what is electoral volatility, will be coming eventually. Thank you.